Welcome to battle number 1 of week 4 of the Victory Road Draft League on the FnF server, featuring Mystical Chain versus Downtown Darmanitan. This is Noel versus Tiller. Just as a quick reminder, the megas available on each team would be Mega Sableye on Mega Sableye Mystical Chain's team and Mega Sharpedo on Downtown Darmanitan's. However, both these megas are not present. And going on to the Z-Mons, we have Mew and Golisopod, which are both present, and they should be able to use any Z move, as well as we have Lycanroc Dusk version and a Raichu Alolan version. Both of these are not present, however they both have attacking moves. And just a quick reminder, my name is Lionhugs from Rupert Blooper. Joining me today is Fingered Witch from the Butcher Blissies. Say hi.
Hello everyone.
Alright, perfect. So we're just going to go do some quick initial thoughts right now. I don't know if you want to go ahead first, Fingered Witch?
Yeah, sure. So, looking at Tiller's team, it looks like a lot of these Pokemon are probably pretty offensive. And by offensive, I mean they have high attack stats, not that they're hard to look at, or that they're mean. And there are also some of the Pokemon that I really like. Like, I'm a huge fan of Golisopod and also Gliscor. I just think they're really cool Pokemon. It's interesting that in comparison, Noel's team doesn't look to be as nearly as offensive. So I guess that's something to look for.
Agreed, and also another thing I have noticed about Noel's team is that in general they seem a little bit slower overall compared to Tiller's team. So I'm just curious to see if that means like we're going to see like Trick Room or some other kind of like maybe a lot of paralysis maybe from like Magneton to see if they can like level up the playing fields. Yeah. And I mean, I kind of mention this every time I comment on Noel's matches. I'm always looking at Mew just because Mew can literally have almost any move set, so it's always, you know, kind of a bit of a wild card as to what we get.
Mew's really the dark horse, I think, in most matchups, because it can do, like you said, it can do almost anything, and it can fill pretty much any niche you could possibly want it to.
No, definitely. And also with Magneton, I'm assuming we're going to see another Eviolite right there, so I'm curious to see what Magneton will actually do in this matchup. But do you have any other initial thoughts before we continue?
No.
Alright, well, without further ado, let's go ahead and get started.
Okay, so it looks like Noel's first Pokemon is Cyclone the Hitmontop and Takaroraka Jelly from Tiller. It's a Darmanitan. A shiny one, maybe?
Yeah, I think that's shining. I have to Google what Takaraka Jelly is. I'm not sure if that's like a reference to like a game or something.
Yeah, it might be. Misty, the Milotic, comes in.
And a U-turn from Darmanitan, that's nice. So, we have a really nice setup for, I believe that's Tapu Koko?
Yeah, I think so. There's so many of them, I always forget their names.
Honestly, same. Okay, we have another predictable sort of switch there from Noel's to a ground type, so... Oh! Nice!
That was a pretty sturdy grass knot there. That was good planning on Tiller's part.
And now we switch over to Mew, or Origin, sorry.
So what's Mew gonna do? That's my question.
I don't know if it can learn Earthquake. I'm assuming it can. Oh, that's a hefty amount of damage for Volt Switch.
This Tapu Koko is really...
And I was just about to say Tiller would probably do well if they switch out to Bisharp, and that's exactly what happens.
Yeah.
Oh! Earth Power!
So Mew actually has Earth Power instead of Earthquake, so it must be a specially focused Pokemon.
That was a good switch in. That was a good prediction.
It was. So Mew breaks out the vacuum and doesn't do much.
I wonder if this will force a switch out from Noel. Yeah. Oh, I didn't realize that Mississippi was burnt. I wonder if this Pokemon has, I think it's Marvel skill that like raises your special defense if you are hit by a status move.
Perhaps.
And a light screen. Oh, that's unexpected. I haven't seen Noel do that. Wow. Okay.
It might be holding a burn orb. so that with it comes in burned, so it gets that boost from Marvel Scale.
That makes sense. But now we have a Swords Dance Golisopod, so... Okay, now we switch back to Mew.
Ooh, Mew's down.
Oh.
Not taken out too difficultly either. Interesting.
I wonder how Noel's going to respond to a Swords Dance boosted Golisopod.
Yeah. And this Golisopod's pretty strong too. So I guess our observation that Tiller's team would be pretty hard hitters was pretty on the mark.
Right, and especially with this like light screen, doesn't seem to be doing too much to help out Noel since that Leech Life just keeps sweeping.
Mm-hmm. I'm surprised by how much damage the Leech Sheet is doing. But I suppose since it's
that's why we switched out to Hitmontop because of the Intimidate factor. All right, that seems to be smart, but.
I didn't know Hitmontop would intimidate. That's kind of funny.
And there's a Swords Dance in response.
Hitmontop dances at you angrily, and you're scared for your life.
I mean, I feel like Hitmontop could be pretty intimidating.
Emergency exit kicks in. I was wondering when that was gonna hit, I guess.
Ooh. And now we have Electric Terrain back set up.
So now we have two electrics fighting each other. Oh, and Volt Switch finishes off Automatrix Magneton. Dang.
Wow. That's just from a regular Volt Switch.
Mm-hmm. So who will Noel send out? Sensoria the Aromatisse.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, wow. Flare Blitz did 95% of the health of this Aromatisse.
Ah, there's a Trick Room. Alright.
So I'm sure this will throw a wrench into Tiller's plans. Oh, ooh! Thunderbolt takes it down to 3% health.
And there's a finishing move from Flare Blitz. I'm assuming Noel's going to sit on Milotic to just do a quick little sweep.
Yeah. It's down to 1% now. That's what would make the most sense to me.
Right, or it could use his turn to recover since this is probably going to force a switch out.
True.
Oh. No switching, okay.
Just let it die from the recoil damage, I suppose. I suppose Tiller saw how much health Darmanitan had left and was like, well, it's gonna die anyway, so might as well try to do a little damage instead of just switching it out and then sending it back in later with 2% health.
Ooh, Z move.
Here comes the Z move. Z or Savage Spin Out.
Not enough to finish off Mysticy though. Ah, and there's the Skull, there's the burn. That's really lucky for Noel.
Very. Up and there we see Golisopod goes down too.
Hey, this is really interesting. I thought for a little while that Noel might have been swept, but looks like they made a comeback.
Yeah, Skull Hunter.
Skull Hunter, that's an amazing name. Okay, there's that Intimidate.
Do a little dance. Ooh, Extreme Speed takes out Cyclone.
Oh wow, this is getting down to the wire.
Yep, it's 2-4 now. What will Noel do?
Yeah, they can't use Trick Room anymore.
Mm-hmm.
And that Extreme Speed might be enough to finish it off, even with reduced attack. Oh.
Oh, they switched out. Interesting.
Now we'll see what Tiller will do with that Bisharp. Oh, well, the knockoff doesn't seem to really help here in this case, since Mystici is already burnt.
take yourself out, I guess. Okay, so Zygarde 10%, aka Skull Hunter, is out and takes out Mystici the Milotic.
Which leaves only Piloswine.
Ivory the Piloswine. Well, Piloswine is, I believe, Ice and Ground, so we might see the up and ice.
Yeah, actually, this is pretty. This could still go in either way, just because with Piloswine's moveset, should be able to hit super effectively almost every other Pokemon on Tiller's team.
Mm-hmm. Also, this Gliscor is named Schoolgirl for some reason. I wonder what her areas of study are.
I'm assuming metallurgy.
Well, I was thinking like maybe an English major, but you know.
Oh, well, sure, I can see that. Oh.
Icicle Crash. That did a ton of damage. Now Tapu Koko's down to 2% health.
Right. However, Noelle just lost their light screen, so this could still go either way.
They managed to take out Agent 3, the Tapu Koko. So an electric drain's also up for 3 more turns. So now it's down to Skull Hunter, the Zygarde 10%, and School. Oh, never mind. Taken down with Icicle Shard from Ivory the Piloswine. So now it's Schoolgirl the Gliscor versus Ivory the Piloswine. And it's really a race to the finish line here. This is a very close battle.
Yeah, okay, there's Protect.
Mm-hmm. But it also is poisoned, this Gliscor.
Yeah, not just any poison, but toxic poison.
Mm-hmm.
I'm assuming it's trying to outlast the electric terrain, because if I remember correctly, I think electric terrain grounds flying type, so it could be vulnerable to ground moves too.
U-turn doesn't do much damage. Also can't switch out now.
I'm assuming that's the only... Oh, wow. Oh my goodness.
There we go. Last move, Icicle Crash takes down Schoolgirl.
Alright.
And Ivory wins. So...
That was an excellent match, yeah. And Mystical Chain, I believe the score here is quite obviously 1-0 right there.
Yeah. Mystical Chain comes in clutch with a very close, very almost photo finish. That really could have gone either way.
Yeah, this is a matchup that should be like stylized in the Pokemon anime version. Honestly, that was pretty exciting. Just constantly going back and forth.
Absolutely.
All right. Do you have any other final thoughts right here? Just
no, but I thought it was really interesting that about midway through, Noelle really seemed to come back and be able to predict even more. Noelle already does a lot of prediction of what the opponent's going to do, but they seem to have called the moves maybe even several turns in advance.
No, agreed. There's a lot of good readings from both sides right here. Mm-hmm. I do remember Tiller doing a few good moves like at the beginning. I wish I kind of wrote them down just because it's kind of hard to recall.
Yeah.
I believe it was like with the Volt Switches and U-turns. I remember there was multiple Pokemon that had those kind of like scouting moves. So it kind of helped to keep Noelle off balance, but then for Noelle to come back and counter with these proper reads, this is an excellent match. I'm really glad I got to see this unfold.
Yeah, Trick Room, I thought it might be coming. So to see Trick Room play out was nice, but also it didn't have quite as much of an impact as I thought. Like I thought maybe once Noelle got that up, they'd be able to sweep, but they didn't.
Yeah, that also surprised me as well, because typically when you plan a Trick Room team, you plan the entire team around that. So if your Trick Room users go down before they get to unveil Trick Room, then that almost spells certain defeat. So this is very much like how you said, like a photo finish, like almost like a sort of like a movie kind of battle. Or that's why I guess I mentioned like the Pokemon anime style, because like this would have been really exciting to see in that style as well. And it was even exciting just to watch this turn-based format.
Very fast-paced battle too. Mm-hmm. No stall here.
Definitely no stalls here. All right. So, you have any more thoughts to add?
I don't have any. Not anything I can think
All
of
right.
right now.
And I'm good again. So once again, this was Lion Hugs from Whooper Blooper and Fingered Witch from Butcher Blissies. Tune in for more Week 4 battles.